Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey, welcome back. Happy New Year's, guys. I'm so excited to be back. January 1st, 2021. That's going to be, I've been saying 2021 lately, so hopefully we'll stick with that. Okay, so when I wrote this book, when I put the book together, well, if you're new here, this is The Inspired Entrepreneur. My name is Heather Hope. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I talk about the law of attraction, and this podcast comes from my book called The Inspired Entrepreneur. It's on Amazon. It's 400 pages of a book of all of these things that you can follow along. You can flip to, you can be inspired and just open it like a fortune cookie, and you'll get a message for you. Okay, when I put this book together, I did not at all have any control, like any manipulation on my part of what is placed where on any date. There was no date that I just allowed them to go into its own spot, if that makes sense. So I flip over to January 1st. I don't remember at all what it was because we haven't covered it yet. So today is about money. So I read it and I'm like, wow, we're not talking about New Year's or goals or anything. We're just going to jump right into money beliefs. It's so funny. I had no thought. I really wanted this to be a very organic, very law of attraction, perfect message for the perfect day for everybody who reads it, that sort of thing. I did not manipulate this at all. So okay, so let's read today's message. To allow a lot more money in, you need to let go of the limiting beliefs about money. Okay, so the other day I read this and I thought, okay, so I just kind of let people, I left them hanging. That's what it feels like on this one. I don't know if it does or not, but that I'm like, okay, well, this book is not meant to be like a whole workbook or a whole like thing of discovering belief systems or limiting beliefs or anything like that. That's really on the reader's part to dig more into that. Since I left coaching, I'm not coaching so much on this stuff because I truly believe I know it's not a belief. I know you have the answers to everything that you want inside of you. I know that. And I know that I can talk to a client for 8 hours a day. And I know that they can walk out thinking, I don't know. Like I know this from experience that people have the answers. And when they go to somebody else for the answers, they almost never take that person's advice. They just don't. The answer is inside of you. The answers, all of them are inside of you. So as a coach, I'm just like, I felt a certain way about it. Like I'm pretty good about my own life and I have good advice but most people don't take it because and Abraham talks about this too of like if your client's inner being has been trying to get through to them, what makes you think that you can get through to them? I'm like, oh crap. At that point I was just like, let me just dump everybody because it's so true. It's so true. So I make change in my life based on what feels good to me. Definitely not what other people tell me to do or suggest that I do. So I never seek advice. Like I don't seek advice. Occasionally I do with my husband or I just run something past him or something like that. But I pretty much have made up my mind what I'm going to do. So I don't really ever seek out advice from others. Well, I've learned that from Abraham to not do that, to follow inspiration. Whatever I'm excited about, do that. And if I introduce somebody else into the equation, if they doubt for a second, I'm just like, oh, why don't you think this is going to work? And then it introduces so much resistance. So let's get back to the thing. To allow a lot more money in, you need to let go of the limiting beliefs about money. So really the best way to figure this out, don't sit down and try to write all this out. The best way to see your limiting beliefs about money is through when you're shopping. The thoughts that pop in your head when you're shopping for something, even food, of like, oh, this is so expensive and why is this so overpriced? And all those thoughts that pop into your head, that's a good time to notice your limiting beliefs. Don't try to sit down and try to uncover them. Don't go to a coach and try to uncover them. Good God, don't dig into this stuff. Watch it through experience. How do you feel about paying? It's like that one Abraham about the guy who was complaining about parking. He was in, I think it was in San Diego at the hotel, and he had to pay for parking. It was $50, and he was just so angry about it. And it was just like, yeah, it sucks. But the thing is, what I learned from spending a lot of time in hotels for these events is that typically the hotel room is pretty cheap for what it is. And then parking just adds it up. That's what I've seen. So it's like you can complain about parking or you can find another way. You really can. And Abraham was talking about, well, you could do this. The convenience, there's not much parking in the city. It's at a high premium. There's a lot of different ways to look at this instead of like, this is highway robbery. They're just shafting this and all this negativity, right? So it's like, okay, limiting beliefs. There's a lot of beliefs there. Well, first of all, right there, it's like there's not enough money, right? Now, is that a limiting belief? Well, it limits you when you believe it, right? It might be a current reality in your bank account. You know what I mean? That you don't have that $50 to pay for parking or whatever it is. It could be a current reality that is really a past reality that's manifested. But to continue down that road with those thoughts does not allow money to keep coming in. It just doesn't. It limits it, right? So it's best to not think that way. It's best to try to soften it as much as you can. If you can find an alternative way to save that money, do that. Because I find that to be fun. I love saving money. I love Garbage man is here, so he's gonna be okay. Okay. So, I thought he was gonna be here like an hour ago. So pay attention to those times, and they happen daily. Like, because for the most part, we spend money almost daily, right? In some capacity. So, like, if you go to Starbucks, I don't like the coffee, but if you go to Starbucks and and those drinks are a little pricey, right? And if you go there and you complain about, like, you love the coffee, but you complain about the price, and then you think about the calories because you just added 15 pumps or whatever, you know what I mean? And you do all of that. That is so much mixed vibration that, okay, first of all, it takes away from the enjoyment of the coffee that you like. It limits the money, and your body's probably not going to process it very well because you are thinking about how high fat it is or it has a lot of calories or whatever, right? So whatever you're thinking about that, it's like you shouldn't go buy the Starbucks until you're in a really great mood. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited for my Starbucks. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are like that because they get excited about it and they don't care about the money. I see that a lot. I see a lot of people not really caring. Now, they might, in conversation, vent about it later on, which is not helpful at all. Of like, oh my God, Starbucks is so expensive, but I can't, live without it. All of these mixed messages everywhere, mixed vibration everywhere of what people are doing. It's just should be like, I love Starbucks. Oh my God, it's so good. I just love my drink that I get in the morning, and leave out the rest. You know what I mean? Leave out how pricey that drink is. Leave out how many calories it is. Leave out that it's going to screw up your diet. Leave that crap out. Leave that out. Just focus on the enjoyment that you're receiving from that coffee. That's it. That is how to allow more money in. That's how to release more weight. I don't like that word, but lose more weight. That's how you maintain a good figure. That's how you maintain a good bank account. You stop complaining about those things. That's it. That's not it, but that's part of it. So one of the things that I taught my clients a while back was every single purchase, be good with it. Be good with it. Every single one of them. Don't have a single purchase that you're just like complaining about how expensive it is. Just don't. And that takes a little while, but I'm there. I don't complain about a single purchase ever, ever, ever. I also don't like pay for things that I have a mixed vibration about. Does that make sense? Like I wouldn't pay for $8 coffee or $5 coffee or whatever. I just don't do that. Like I'm not that kind of a spender. So I just don't do it. So that's helpful. It's helpful. I don't have that mixed vibration about things. I don't buy things knowing or believing or thinking badly about them. Like I buy things because I'm lined up with it. I feel good about the purchase. So if I don't feel good about the purchase, guess what I don't do? I don't make the purchase. I just don't. I don't make the purchase until I line up with it. Then if I'm good with it, if I feel good with it, then there you go. I'm good. So does that make sense? So that's just the beginning. That's the beginning of all this. But there's a lot of those little things that you can do to help with your limiting beliefs about money. Maybe come up with a mantra or an affirmation that suits you that you can start repeating on a daily basis. It could be really short. I don't like long drawn out things that people can't remember, but like something that suits you really well. Like I always find money, or I always find good sales, because I know the universe knows that I love finding things on sale. I love clearance racks. I just love finding things that I've talked about in the past. And there it is, half price. I love that. That's just so much fun for me. Like I get directed just feeling like going to the clearance rack in the back of the store. Oh, what fun can we find today? And find something that's literally something I wanted, half price. I'm like, oh yes, yay, I'm definitely getting it now. Because before it'd be cool to have, but I'm not paying full price for it. That sort of thing. So those little things are super helpful. But yeah, create a mantra. Like I'm always finding money. If you're a person who always finds money, like you find money a few times, say something like that. Keep reaffirming it daily, and you'll be directed to where the money is on the floor or whatever. I told my group a while back about this, about finding money. I said, think about what's the largest bill. Let's say bill. Largest bill, dollar bill, $20, $100 bill, whatever. What is the largest bill that you have found somewhere? You just looked over and you found it. Whatever that is, focus on that and create a mantra, create an affirmation about that and say, oh, I really loved it when I found that $100 bill. Like talk it up for a little bit and remember back at that point. I really loved that I found the $100 bill. I was so excited. That was really cool. That was just so much fun. That was so cool. So much fun. And then be like, that would be so much fun to find another $100 bill. And then just keep going with that thought. Just keep going with the momentum of that. And until you get to the point of, yeah, I'm finding $100 bills. I'm finding them daily, or I'm finding them when I go outside, or the universe is directing me to see the $100 bills in perfect timing or whatever, you know what I mean? But do that, whatever the largest bill, because the reason for the largest bill that you have personally found, it's believable because it's happened already. So it may not be believable if you've never found a $100 bill on the ground. It may not be believable that there are $100 bills on the ground. Makes sense, right? So if it's $10, go with $10. If it's $1, go with $1. Whatever it is, if it's a wallet full of money, now that's controversial because you might want to turn it in, but you know what I mean? Like something that is just obviously not whatever, and you feel good about keeping it. You always have to feel good with your decisions. If you feel good about finding the owner, then do that. If you feel good about keeping it, do that. But go with whatever you have personally found in the past. And if you haven't, if you can't think of anything, ask the universe to find you something, to find you money on the ground, to find you a dollar bill or 5 or 10 or whatever it is, a 20. 20s are pretty prevalent, right? to find a $20 bill and then let it go. Let it go. Okay. Have an amazing first day of the year, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hey everyone, while we're on a quick little break, I just wanted to let you know about this amazing podcast platform that we're all on right now, or at least I am. It's called Anchor, anchor.fm. You can download the app for free, or you can go to anchor.fm on your computer and start podcasting. You can do this all within just a matter of minutes. Set up an account for free and start podcasting. If you've ever thought about if it's something that you've been inspired to do, which I know a lot of you, it has been, go check it out. Go check it out right now. It is really, really easy, guys. Trust me. I like doing things with ease, and this is it. So check it out. Thanks a lot.